Spencer Strider has one of his best starts of the year, but the Atlanta Braves lose a pitching duel 2-1 to the Miami Marlins. Let's talk about it.
This is the Braves Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Atlanta Braves. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome on into the Braves Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta, where we cover your Atlanta sports teams each and every day. I'm your host, Lindsay Crosby, author of the Braves Today newsletter over at bravestoday.com. You can follow me on social media at Crosby Baseball. Jake Mastriani is celebrating his wedding anniversary with his wife out on vacation, so he'll be back later this week. But we're going to talk about Atlanta's 2-1 loss to the Miami Marlins because frustrating. Yes, 3 hits in the game, but there were a couple positive takeaways to take from this game. And right now, that is what we are looking for. We are looking for positive takeaways. And we're going to get to the offense in a minute. That was tough, obviously. But I want to talk about Spencer Strider because all year it's been very painfully obvious that this is not the same Spencer Strider. And it's been the diminished version that can't go deep into games, can't get the strikeouts, can't keep the runs off the board. Spencer Strider completes 7 innings in this one. It's the second time this season that he has completed 7 innings. And it's the first time he's done that with 1 earned run or less since September of 2023. And when you kind of watch what he did, it was very obvious that Spencer Strider was doing some stuff differently, right? He finishes this game 3 strikeouts, which is very obviously unlike Spencer Strider. But he gets 8 ground outs. And Spencer Strider, being a fly ball pitcher who gets a ton of strikeouts, doing things a lot differently in this one. And when you kind of dig into a lot of what he's doing, is Spencer Strider got a lot of weak contact off of the changeup, off of the curveball, just trying to pitch differently. And when he did use the fastball, it looked, not from a velocity perspective, but from a movement perspective, it looked like the old Spencer Strider fastball. He only used it 44% of the time, which might be a career low for fastball usage for Spencer Strider. 35% slider, 12% curveball, 9% changeup. But again, Spencer Strider allowed 1 earned run in his 7 innings because he was showing that, hey, my stuff is not exactly the same. It's starting to come back. It's not there yet, but it's starting to come back. But in the meantime, I can do things differently. I can sequence differently. I can vary locations, and I can make these individual pitches better than they were. The big thing for Spencer Strider, I put this on social media during the game. The big thing for Spencer Strider on the fastball, the velocity is great, and that's what everybody looks at. But the induced vertical break on the pitch, right? The backspin of the fastball that makes it look like it's resisting gravity. Obviously, it doesn't actually resist gravity, but it doesn't drop as much as a hitter thinks it's going to because of that induced vertical break. Back in 2023, he was elite at how much induced vertical break he got on his fastball. MLB average is like 16 inches. He was getting 18 plus inches. Earlier this year, he had been doing like 16 inches. Like he was right there at average, at MLB average all year. Today, 18 inches of induced vertical break. The velocity wasn't anything different from his season average. He averaged 95.6. He maxed out at 97 in this one. but the spin of the ball, the locations, he was able to take it up in the zone and get strikeouts above the zone because the induced vertical break was there. And as good as the velocity has been, the induced vertical break is a bigger deal when you talk to hitters and they talk about what they struggle with. It's the reason the fastballs up in the zone work is because they have that backspin. They have that induced vertical break. And tonight, we saw him do it. Now, he didn't throw the fastball as much as usual. And you could argue, since he had that back, he probably should have gone for more. He probably should have gone for more strikeouts and tried to do more. But he was throwing a lot of sliders, a lot of curveballs, a lot of changeups, doing a lot of things earlier in the count, trying to get ground balls. And he did. For a fly ball pitcher, he did a really good job of using his secondaries and getting ground balls, which is not really a thing that he's done. The average exit velocity against was actually like 91 miles an hour, but a lot of the harder hit balls, not all of them, but a lot of the harder hit balls were ground balls. So growth from Spencer Strider. He looked better from a results perspective, and it's because some of the inputs were better. And that's kind of what we wanted to see from Spencer. There were a lot of people who thought this dude is completely washed, right? Mike Zunino, one of the local radio guys, was saying it's over with Spencer Strider. He can never be a starter again. You would take 7 innings of 1-run ball. Like that is a bad luck loss. He took the loss. Bad luck loss. I was happy with what Spencer Strider did today. Pierce Johnson gives up a solo shot. Really just a bad location. He left a curveball up. It got popped. But Atlanta only uses 2 pitchers. You had a day off. Now just about the entire bullpen got 2 days off. So you feel good about going into the rest of the series and what else you do. But what you don't feel good about is the offense. Let's get to that next, right here on the Braves Postcast. It's time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. This grape, ginger, and lime-flavored shot brings the iconic taste of a golf course favorite with a non-alcoholic boost. It's perfect for sinking birdies or making great memories with friends because it's a hole-in-one for your energy game. Whether you're out on the course or just need a little extra push to power through your day, 5-Hour Energy Transfusion delivers the clubhouse flavor you love without ever leaving the green. Because golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors. That's a thing we've totally always said. The grape ginger lime flavor 5-Hour Energy Transfusion gives you the best part of your clubhouse go-to without needing to leave the course or chase down the beverage cart. And you can amp up the fun even more. Just buy, snap, and enter for a chance to win a dream golf trip for 2 to any golf tournament that's not the Masters in the U.S. So tee up that trip. Visit 5hewin.com for full rules and entry. No purchase necessary. Does exclude the Masters tournament. Ends October 31st, 2025. Today's episode is also brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. And August 26th, tomorrow, is officially FanDuel Futures Day. It's a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For just 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or you're ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. I've been told, obviously, the Falcons are the team of Atlanta, but I've been told Braves country has a lot of Panthers fans as well because we extended to the Carolinas, and Braves country even has some Saints fans because we extend out to Mississippi and Alabama and all of that. So this is where you can make your choice. Who wins the NFC South? Is it the Panthers? Is it the Falcons? Is it the Saints? Or is it none of those and Tampa Bay is going to do it? Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bets now because Futures Day is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game. One more thing on Spencer Strider that I forgot before we get to the offense is he threw his 600th strikeout in his career. Did it in the 85th appearance. And Elias Sports Bureau had a great stat that the broadcast had. It was in the game notes from today. I might have forgot to mention it before the game. The only pitchers in MLB history to reach 600 strikeouts in less innings than Spencer Strider are all relievers. It's Aroldis Chapman, Josh Hader, Edwin Diaz, Dylan Betances, Craig Kimbrell, Kenley Jansen. So Spencer Strider is the fastest starter in baseball history to 300 strikeouts. Really kind of a big deal there. Okay, talking about strikeouts, Edward Cabrera continues to just dominate the Atlanta Braves. 7 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks to 10 strikeouts. That is now 2 starts where he has just been absurdly dominant. 15 innings in his 2 starts. He's 2-0. He's allowed 3 hits and 1 run on a solo shot in that first outing. He's walked 3 and he struck out 21. And yeah, the first 7 innings sucked. There's no way around it. The first 7 innings were awful. They had no answer for Edward Cabrera. It's the second time they've seen him this year with no answer. And I believe the way the schedule lays out, they'll see him at least one more time. He has that 95-mile-an-hour changeup that is just ridiculous. He's throwing, 98-mile-an-hour fastballs. He hit 100 a couple times today. Atlanta put 12 balls into play against him, an average of 85 miles an hour. They just were not able to get great contact on these things. They didn't get a single changeup into play over 100 miles an hour. So just most of the changeups they hit were softer than the changeup was coming in. Just domination from Edward Cabrera. After that, we saw Atlanta have a couple opportunities to get some offense and couldn't just really do it. Question from Emmanuel in the chat, is that really a changeup at 95 to 97? It goes off of the movement profile of the pitch, not the velocity. Most changeups are typically 8 to 10 miles an hour softer than the fastball, but it's defined by StatCast off of the spin rates, the movement profile, and off of that. And then also he calls it a changeup. It's technically a changeup. A lot of guys can throw 90-mile-an-hour changeups. Grant Holmes can throw a 90-mile-an-hour changeup. He didn't do it, but he can. But Atlanta's offense, one, didn't take advantage of their opportunities. They were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They left 6 guys on base. And it was a lot of self-inflicted stuff. And I think there's no bigger example than the 9th inning. Okay? Michael Harris grounds out to first. Cutter in the zone, whatever, he does it. Marcell Ozuna gets called out on strikes in a pattern that we have seen way too many times. He's down, it's a full count, and he looks at a cutter. Caught the edge of the plate. It's a strike. And I understand Marcell Ozuna's trying to get walks, right? He's decided that's a thing that he can do here. But the ball's touching the strike zone. And even if it's not touching the strike zone, it is too close for you to take with 1 out in the 9th inning of a game you are losing by 2 runs. At that point, Pierce Johnson had given up the homer. It is a 2-0 game. And not only do you take it and you get rung up looking, again, in the 9th inning of a game you're losing, but the guy right behind you in Drake Baldwin hits a home run. It would have been the tying run had you taken the bat off of your shoulder. And this is one of the issues with Marcell Ozuna, why I wanted to see him traded at the deadline. He saw 6 pitches in that at bat, and never once took the bat off his shoulder. And it's frustrating because had he put that cut, gotten a base hit off that cutter, guess what? Tie game right now. And I know he was trying to draw the walk so that Drake Baldwin could do that. But listen, you're not the designated walker. You're the designated hitter. Drake Baldwin does get that 14th home run. One of only 3 Braves hits in this one. Profar had the double. Alvarez had a single, and then this. Something we need to watch for. Matt Olson took a fastball off of the wrist. He's already dealing with a toe injury. And it's mostly been a pain tolerance thing, right? It's not like it's going to slow him down. He's already not incredibly fleet of foot. He's no Marcell Ozuna, right? But it's a thing for us to watch for. Is Matt Olson going to be able to continue, keep the streak alive, or will this end up being something where he has to come out of the game? We'll see what happens. Game 2 tomorrow. This is a treat. It is a former Cy Young winner in Sandy Alcantara versus a future Cy Young winner in Hurston Waldrop. That game again, 6:40 p.m. We will be back with a postcast to break that one down. But in the meantime, again, 2-1 loss by the Braves to the Marlins, where they got dominated by Edward Cabrera, but they had an opportunity to come back, and they just could not get it done. Jurickson Profar doubles with 2 outs. Matt Olson gets hit by a pitch. Ronald grounds out. And then in the 9th, Marcell Ozuna gets called out on 6 pitches where he never swings once. So do me a favor. If you're listening on audio, leave a 5-star review, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to both Locked On Braves and Locked On Sports Atlanta. Jake Mastriani has some more shows coming for while he's on vacation. Locked On Sports Atlanta is talking about the Falcons, a lot of stuff there, the squad show, everything else. So check that out. Until next time, this has been the Braves Postcast.